Here we are again.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't wait.
All right.
Hello, Coffee and Conversation with Performance Hub.
Yes.
And we are segueing from the last chat, which was
the 5-minute rule
yes.
that my wife here invented
Oh,
for herself.
Yeah. Go look, it's tricks to get going. It really is just a trick to get going. But you started talking about how people can practice mentally.
Yeah, well, I went off the track a bit, didn't I? As usual. But yeah, it's being able to practice mentally without actually physically doing it. And you can practice this anywhere, can't you? You could be on your bike,
I do.
push bike, yes. You could be on the bus, the train, walking, just mentally preparing yourself, showing yourself how confident you are, or how you hit that note gloriously, or how you play that passage in that really hard piano piece that you play.
Well, there's lots of different layers to what you've just said, actually.
Yes, exactly.
Because it came out of us saying how once you plant the seeds, even if it's only 5 minutes each day of a focused learning, your mind and your body and your cells seem to take it on, and they start. I used to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning with songs going around in my head. I still do. I still do, but they're just not my songs.
Oh, okay.
Going around in my head, and I'd think, oh, good, I'm learning, because it's like the larger mind takes over.
Yeah.
And so there is that one element where whatever you're doing, especially singing and acting, because they're very portable. I know Hamish used to walk home saying his lines, and everybody thought he was crazy. I did the same thing on my bike. I'd be practicing on my bike. So there's that very portable practice. But even if you sat on a train or something, or you're just somewhere where you can't be loud or at an instrument, you still can be internally hearing and rehearsing and perfecting and reminding
and seeing
yourself
what's going on.
Yeah.
Either physically or mentally, just getting it all in order, as it were.
Yeah. I know a violinist who says she knows that she knows her material when she starts singing it in her head, and she can sing it accurately in her head. And then she goes, and for instrumentalists, this is incredibly important to be able to hear it before you play, because then you know where your fingers are going, what you're aiming for.
Yeah.
But then there was another layer that you just mentioned, which is so true, and it's this inner game of competency. And we put so much stock by the physical application of practicing anything.
Yep.
But I think that is just a small part of the whole learning process and the whole process of achievement. There is another aspect to it, which is, it was famous from the inner game of golf, is this inner training towards your end result, your desired end result. It's seeing things the way you want them to go. And there are famous instances like the gymnast who had to get the perfect 10. I think we've talked about this before, but she had to get that perfect 10 for them to win.
Yeah.
And she literally rehearsed the whole thing in her head before she went on, and she performed the perfect 10. But she would have practiced that rehearsal as much as she would have practiced the training, the gym in her mind.
Yeah.
And I know that there was a ballet company that did an experiment, they took a class, a group of ballet dancers, and they divided them up. And one group did 6 hours of dance training a day, physical dance training. And the other split it, and they did 3 hours of dance training and 3 hours of visualizing. Now, for people who are very physically active, that would be actually quite challenging.
It'd be quite painful.
Quite challenging.
Very classes are painful enough, but having to mentally do something when you're so used to being physical, that would be really hard.
It definitely would be a discipline. It's a discipline for anybody. But they found that the gains made by the visualizers exceeded those of the people who just did 6 hours of class. I heard a story about a ballerina who broke her leg.
Yes.
And when she was in hospital, every day she did her day.
Ballet class.
She did her class, she did her rehearsals, she did her performance, because they work all hours of the day, ballerinas. And when she had her cast off, it was no time before she was up and running again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she hadn't lost any of her ability,
Yeah.
which is,
That's quite
you'd
amazing,
think
isn't
is
it?
miraculous.
Yeah,
But
beautiful.
it just goes to show the power
Yeah.
of our minds.
Well, I mean, without this, nothing else works, does it?
True.
If you think about it.
True.
So, I mean, really, we need to take that time and to just, internalize everything. Start mentally preparing yourself for the physical act of whatever it is you're going to do. Acting, playing an instrument, singing, whatever it is. It could be a competition or
Passing an
something. You can
exam,
even pass an exam, yeah.
An interview.
An interview, like we're doing.
Even a conversation.
Like we do, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So try it because you will benefit from it. And-
Actually, I think everybody does it. I think we all mentally rehearse what's going to happen, but it's which
But
direction you want to send it.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you consciously mentally rehearsing, or are you letting your thoughts run you?
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
I'm guilty very
Yeah,
often of
yeah.
letting my thoughts run me, and then I think, wait, I don't want it to go that way, and yet I have to sort of physically, almost,
myself back.
or
Yeah,
mentally,
well, you can take
send
yourself
myself.
off the other way too,
Yes,
can't you?
absolutely.
By it all going wrong and all that sort of
Well, yeah.
nonsense, and you don't want to go there. So you have to be
Strong.
mentally strong and really focused on the actual, task
what
at
you-
hand, on what you want to do, what you want to achieve.
And it's actually really helpful maybe to just become aware of the direction of your thoughts habitually. Are you someone who easily imagines things going the way you'd like them to? Or do you tend to have the habit of letting your thoughts run away in a direction you wouldn't choose? Because if that's the case, I'm telling you now, because I know I've done it myself and I've helped other people
And
to do it.
your students,
Yeah.
a lot of them.
You
Yeah.
actually can redirect your thoughts into a more hopeful, more positive, more productive direction. And at first it might seem really difficult. It might seem really hard, but it is definitely achievable.
Yeah.
And it's something I know that I've done and my students have done.
I've done.
Frequently
Do it all the
and
time.
all the time now.
Yeah.
So in a game.
Yeah, in a game.
That's
Give it a
the game.
try because it really will help you. And it's been proven anyway in all walks of life, not just in the entertainment industry. Sports, golf, everywhere. So give it a try, and I'm sure you'll benefit from it greatly.
And we'll see you for the next segue.
You certainly will. Bye for now.
Bye for now.